All right, welcome everybody to today's ResNexus webinar, Property Maintenance Made Easy with Snapfix. Like I said, I'm joined today by Snapfix. We've got Adam LaFell, Head of Strategic Partnerships at Snapfix. He's come on to help us out with this. He's going to present for a little while, and then I believe the Snapfix team has a product demo for us. And then we'll have a guest speaker, a mutual client of Snapfix and ResNexus, who will be answering some questions for us. And then we're going to go ahead and launch into a Q&A at the end. So if you have any questions, feel free to put them down in the Q&A section at the and then we'll get to those at the end of the webinar. Thanks so much, everyone, for taking the time out of your day, and thanks to Snapfix for coming on and putting on this presentation for us.
Awesome. Gavin, thanks so much for the introduction. Yeah, we're super excited to be here. Thank you all for joining today. We're excited to dig in, discuss who Snapfix is, what it is that we do, and just the overall excitement around the partnership with ResNexus and how we can support their community of innkeepers, campground and glamping owners, and hoteliers. So it's a very quick overview, which we'll go into more detail throughout the presentation today. Snapfix, we provide a photo-first task management and maintenance solution that is specifically tailored for the hospitality industry. And so our goal is very simple. We want to keep things easy and help you all create efficiencies that are going to save cost, save time, and improve the overall guest experience. Now, the beauty of Snapfix is that if you can snap a picture with your phone, you are going to be able to use Snapfix to create efficiencies and improve operations at your property. So we're excited to dive into how Snapfix works alongside ResNexus, to help you improve maintenance management at your property. And so before we dive in, want to do a quick introduction of the Snapfix team and who's going to be presenting today. So I will start by introducing myself. So as Gavin said, I'm Adam LaFell. I head up strategic partnerships here at Snapfix. My favorite hobby is skiing. I actually just got back from a ski trip last week with my family that you can see here in the picture. Had my two older boys in ski school for the week, so starting them off young and ready to get them to the point where I can go skiing for a day with them. And my favorite Snapfix use case is lost and found. So I'd say to stick on the family theme for a second, I don't think I've ever made it from my front door to my car in the driveway without one of my boys losing something or misplacing something. So when I joined the team at Snapfix and learned about the lost and found feature, it just really resonated with me. I think about that family that's checking out and they have a 3-year-old who's having an absolute meltdown at the front desk because they lost their car toy, their doll, their teddy bear, whatever it might be. And the ability for that individual is helping them check out to quickly create a task in Snapfix that gets communicated out to anyone else that's working at the property so that they can go and scan their room, scan other locations across the property to locate that missing item and hand deliver it to that customer. It's just a really incredibly powerful experience that can turn a horrible experience, speaking from my own experience, into a delightful one, and just create a great customer experience there. So, without further ado, I'll hand off the keys to Paul to introduce himself.
Hi everybody, it's really nice to meet you all today. I'm really excited to be part of today's discussion. My name is Paul McCarthy, and I created Snapfix originally to solve my own problem. At the time, I was managing a number of residential and commercial properties as part of a family business, and I had information on emails, paperwork, post-it notes, people tapping me on the shoulder, stuff on Excel. So the information was all over the place, and I just wanted to create a very, very simple solution to save me time, save me money, and improve the experience of my guests and tenants. As you can see there, my main hobby is sea swimming, and yes, I can tell you it was absolutely freezing today. It was me and the polar bears and nobody else in the icy water off Dublin today. I'm speaking to you today from Dublin, but I actually did live in New York City for 10 years, and as it happened, my brother and his wife managed an inn up in Maine, so I know how busy all of your lives can be, and we look forward to showing you how we can save some time today with Snapfix.
Fantastic. Hi guys, a pleasure to be part of this webinar here with ResNexus. My name is David. I'm an account executive, also based in Dublin, in Ireland, alongside Paul. A little bit, I suppose, about myself. My favorite hobby is, as you'll see there, soccer. I live and breathe it. I have played it for the same team for the best part of 20 years. It's everything, I suppose, to myself and my family. We're a real sort of soccer family, football as we call it over this side of the water. And funny enough, I actually, given that I suppose we're in Dublin in Ireland this evening, it's actually, I suppose, a little bit after 8. So I've sort of pushed my soccer practice or football training back, just to make sure that we can demo this app and show you guys the brilliant solution that is Snapfix. As you'll see as well, my favorite Snapfix use case is guest requests. Recently, I suppose I was away with my partner, and I suppose when I go away, I like to have the full sort of luxury experience where you're maybe not so much at home. So the guest requests and I suppose room service is a really big cool sort of feature that you don't get on a daily basis. So it's something that I really like to avail of when I'm away, and it's something like Adam, I certainly resonate with, obviously with Snapfix as well.
Okay, so as I mentioned, when I created Snapfix originally, I wanted to create something super simple, and the two tools that I saw in the market at the time that everybody seemed to be gravitating to was Excel and messaging. So I took both of those as the inspiration for Snapfix. Messaging because people were using photos and messaging to communicate and collaborate, and Excel because of its flexibility. So I took both of the principles of both of those platforms as the North Star for Snapfix, and we're going to show you that today. Um, I did look to the market originally to see if there was a solution to fit my needs. I wanted something absolutely simple, and everything I found was either too complex, just way too inefficient, too expensive, or it just wasn't fit for purpose. And that's why I decided to leverage the simplicity of messaging, SMS messaging, and WhatsApp and the like, and Excel to create the tool that we're going to show you today. Everything in Snappic starts with a photo, and everything progresses to completion using a red, yellow, green traffic light system. When something is created and identified to be done, it's in red. When it's in progress, it's in yellow, and when it's completed, it's green. Everybody can take a photo. Everyone understands the concept of traffic lights, and a photo speaks 1,000 words. A photo speaks every language, and everybody can take a photo. So the combination of the photo and the traffic light is the essence of Snapfix, and we can show you that simplicity in many use cases, from maintenance to fire safety to guest requests to lost and found, and we'll show you all of that simplicity today. We have a lot of customers on 5 continents today, from campgrounds to glamping sites to lodges in the mountains and the Alps, and some beautiful retreats in forests all over the world, in using Snapfix in many languages. And one of the beauties that we hear from our customers is the Snapfix works extremely well for small properties as well as large properties. But the driving force behind it is everybody really likes the simplicity of it. In many cases, we do little to no training of staff. People just gravitate to the experience very easily.
Awesome. Thank you, Paul. And so just to hit on a few pieces here, as far as just the importance of creating efficiencies from an operational standpoint at your property, or at your property. So like any industry, hospitality has its own set of challenges, and whether that be rising costs with increased labor costs or energy or supplies, all of these costs are impacting profitability. And so creating some of those efficiencies is going to help reduce some of those expenses. There's additional or growing pressure on compliance and maintaining, whether that be fire and safety regulations or just increased regulations at your property. And that is where creating some of these efficiencies is going to help you stay on top of those to ensure you remain compliant. And then, of course, there's guest expectations. Guests have increased demand for quick service and quick issue resolution, and being able to do so is what's going to help create a great experience and lead to positive reviews from those customers. So how does technology help to drive and create some of these efficiencies? The first key is automation. So tools like Snapfix help to automate workflows and speed up the response times to reduce those manual errors. If you think of folks like on the slide earlier where, you're using Excel or using Post-it notes to keep a log of tasks or things that you need to do and get done around the property, that's where there's maybe not visibility across the entire team or, folks that are working there, and that can lead to some of those manual errors. And so having everything in one place just really creates a simple way to keep track and make sure that everybody is staying on top of everything. And then that real-time communication. So having instant updates where you can communicate with the rest of your staff, whether it's, you and one other individual or a smaller or larger team, being able to communicate and have all the tasks handy, and that way you can stay on top of what's going on in a particular task is a really powerful feature that you have access to. And then the data insights that you're able to capture from it. Being able to track performance metrics really helps managers and owners make the right decisions and optimize operations to reduce some of those unnecessary costs. So what are, just to sum up, the key benefits of creating these efficiencies? As I mentioned earlier, driving cost savings. So automation is going to cut downtime and streamline maintenance. So that way you and your team can focus on the most high priority tasks and lower your operational costs. Boost productivity and save time. Efficient processes, it frees up your staff's time. That way, again, you can focus on high value tasks that are ultimately going to drive customer satisfaction. And then the last and final piece here is the better guest satisfaction that you can deliver by leveraging technology to boost your operational efficiency by creating timely maintenance response to any issues that arise. Really helps deliver that great customer experience, guest experience, and lead to those positive reviews. So I'm now going to hand it off to Gavin to just say a couple words about Snapfix and ResNexus. So floor is yours, Gavin.
All right, fantastic. Thanks so much, Adam. Yeah, so I just really wanted to quickly say that, at ResNexus, we're always on the lookout for the best partners that we feel will be of most use to our clients. And one request that we've gotten quite a lot is for maintenance software that makes it easy to coordinate with staff, as well as handling things like reoccurring tasks relating to rooms and units. And Snapfix really rose to the top as a great solution for this need. And so we're very proud to bring them to your attention as a fantastic solution for all those challenges that properties face. One thing to note, we've already got a few questions about this, but there is actually no integration between ResNexus and Snapfix, and that's really because integration isn't really necessary. ResNexus and Snapfix are what we call complementary software solutions. ResNexus provides powerful property management software for managing reservations and rates and guest management and more, and then Snapfix is a fantastic tool for property maintenance and task management. So yeah, I just want to wrap up by saying, we're just proud to endorse Snapfix. Excellent tool in addition to your property management software. It's great value for what they bring to the table, and yeah, we just really appreciate you guys.
Awesome, Gavin. Thanks so much. We appreciate it. Great. Well, I'm gonna hand it off to David. We're excited to actually dive into the product and help shed some color and insight onto how it looks and feels. So, David, I'm going to stop sharing now, and then you can share your screen on your side.
Fantastic. Thank you. I suppose this is the the reason we're all here to come and take a look at the Snapfix app. So let me just join you'll see it over here on the right hand side of my iPad. It is a mobile app. You can use it on any handheld device, so any phones, any iPads. You can also access it through your laptop or your desktop. But when I click into Snapfix, the app over here, you'll see this is the interface that I'm met with. So straight away, there's a lot of different sort of groups here, and the names or the content in the groups are completely customizable. So we've got a brilliant customer success team who will work alongside you both for onboarding when you get set up on Snapfix, and then continuously throughout your experience with Snapfix. And they can kind of customize it bespoke to your property, whether it's a campground, a B&B, a rental, a hotel, whatever it might be. We're going to be able to completely tailor it to your needs. The group, I suppose, that I want to take a look at or go into first is maintenance demo. And that's the second one from the top there. And this is, I suppose, our core product. And it is the fix module, I suppose, that they're here to show you today for reactive maintenance. When I click into the group, I'm met with this beautiful sort of visual here. So there's a lot of different images. As Paul sort of mentioned, the image or a picture speaks 1,000 words. So this, in tandem with our simple traffic light system up at the top, makes it very easy to decipher and to navigate what exactly needs to be done across your facility. And it also allows for, I suppose, integration between teams who, you may have multilingual staff. Maybe everybody doesn't speak the same first language. They're not really going to need a whole lot of text here, because there's the beautiful imagery kind of paints the whole picture for them. So with the traffic light system, what you'll see here, the red section are tasks that have been created or logged, but not yet started. So each image here is a different task or a different work order. As you move to the yellow section, you'll see that this is the tasks that are in progress. And similarly then green are going to be a log of your completed tasks. So everything that has been done within this group. What I want to do is, I suppose, take you through the experience of creating a task to show you how simple, quick, and easy it is to log a task on Snapfix. I'm going to direct you, I suppose, to the bottom right-hand corner there. There's a little blue plus icon. When I press on that, it's going to open up my camera, and I've actually got a crack in my ceiling, which ordinarily I probably would get fixed myself, but it comes in handy when I do these sorts of demos. So I think I'll leave it off for a while. What I'm going to, I suppose, show you here is, I'll just name it leak in ceiling. Thankfully, there's nothing dripping on me just yet. And all I need to do then is press the little send button in the bottom right-hand corner. And straight away, Snapfix is going to ask where exactly within my building or my property is this happening. So just like with the groups, this is a completely customizable list. We'll be able to add any sort of locations that you have within your property. For the argument, or for the sake, I suppose, of the demo, I'll say that this is happening in room 1, and I hit submit. And just like that, the work order has been created. You'll see all the beautiful information there. Leak in ceiling, it's in the red section. You've got the image there and the tag within the for room 1. So as I go back out here, it's going to be the top task there, the top left one. So it's fantastic. It's very easy to just go around your property, go around your facility, just taking pictures as you go, logging the tasks, and you'll have a nice sort of record as to what you're going to need to do on any given day. I'm going to go back into this task here now, and I'll show you, I suppose, how you're going to be able to communicate within your teams about different sort of issues here. So we've got a little dashboard in the top right-hand corner. You'll see the hashtag, a person, the bell, and the star icon. So what I'm going to do, I suppose, is assign this task to my maintenance manager to come and take a look and help me out, because this leak isn't going anywhere anytime soon. So I press the person icon, and straight away that's going to load up all of the users within my group or within my team. So I'm going to assign this task to Adam LaFell. We're going to say that he is our maintenance guy, and I hit save. So straight away what's going to happen is Adam is going to get a notification to his phone that a task has been created in his name. All he needs to do is click on that link or click on the notification, and it will straight away load up this task. As you'll see there, he's been able to message me and say that he's on it. I can reply back instantly and say, thanks, Adam. Or similarly as well, Adam. Similarly as well, I'm also going to be able to, if I needed to converse with him or speak to him, I've also got the option of pressing and holding in the bottom right corner the little microphone button. This is now recording a little voice note for me where I can explain to Adam exactly what the issue is with the leak and how I need it to be fixed. And just like that, it's instantaneous. So you'll see the voice note has been sent straight away for Adam to play back. He can listen to what I've said and he can get further context. What I want to bring your attention to next is what Adam has done here now. So the task is in progress. So you'll see up in the top left, it has moved from red to yellow. So as I go back out of the task now, it's no longer going to be in the red section. I've got to move over to the yellow and you'll see it's now in the top left here, the leak in ceiling. I know that this task is in progress. Once then, obviously, I'm happy enough. What I can do, I suppose, is for further clarity, sometimes what managers would like to do is almost say send a pic when finished. And all Adam would need to do then is once he completes the task, he sends an image back of the fixed, I suppose, leak, or there's no longer a leak within the ceiling. He can obviously just update the image as you see here and move the task to green. So it's very quick, very easy. I know exactly what's happening. Adam knows exactly what's happening. And for the purposes of the whole team, anybody within this group can go back out. You'll see it's no longer now in the red or yellow section. It's in the green. So it's logged as a completed task and anybody within the group can see and take a look at that at any stage. The next thing I suppose I wanted to bring to your attention is what often happens is we go around our properties and our facilities and we've got different tasks, but different tasks are going to have different priorities. So you might have a certain amount of tasks, something like this, a leak in the ceiling. To me, that'd be a pretty high priority. I mean, I wouldn't want to walk into my office and have the floor soaking wet. So what I would do in this case, again, in the dashboard in the top right, I just press the star icon. And just like that, it has been logged as a priority task. So you'll be able to scroll through, take a look at all of the tasks that have been marked as a priority within your list, go to them ones first, and then focus on those that maybe still are a priority, but just less so, less important, I guess, to the overall business. And that's pretty much, I guess, the ease of use of Snapfix. I mean, it's as simple as that. You can log any task at any time, anywhere with your handheld device. As Adam said, if you can snap it, you can fix it, and it's very, very simple to adopt across teams. What I want to focus on now is it's all well and good, I suppose, having a nice log of these different images here. But if you wanted to be able to report on all of the tasks that have happened across your property at any given time, all you need to do down at the bottom, there's a tab called Analytics. So as I just tap that there, it's going to bring up this beautiful visual, which a lot of managers do like the look of when they get to see it for the first time. And it just gives you a great breakdown as to what exactly is happening within your group. So you'll see here, for this group, we've had 55 tasks in the red, 51 tasks in the yellow, 117 in the green. Our task completion rate is just above 50%. I'm sure for a lot of you guys and a lot of maintenance managers out there, you'd hope to have it a little bit higher, but we're doing what we can. We're working hard at it. The beauty of this as well, what you'll get to see is it also will give you a breakdown as to where exactly these tasks are occurring. So what you can see here is the top 5 rooms. Again, these locations are going to be customizable to yourself. As I click view all in that section here, it's going to open up every single room. So I'm going to see exactly what is happening at any room at any given day. I can see room 8, it has 0 tasks in the red, 6 in the yellow, 5 in the green. So I know exactly what the situation is with all of my rooms. Similarly too, you're going to be able to input different sort of information, different tasks, equipment and categories. You can log that. The more information you put in, the better reporting you're obviously going to be able to do then on the back end. And you can assign those tasks, tags the exact same way that I assigned the locations. The next thing I wanted to show you here is the top 5 users. This is a great one for accountability. So your team, they're not going to be able to go hiding because you're going to be able to see exactly what they're doing or not doing at any time. Obviously, what you'll see, number 1, our top user is always going to be Paul McCarthy. Snapfix is his baby, so he uses it in his everyday life. So he's always going to be number 1 here. There's a lot of tasks created for himself. But what you're going to be able to do is click view all, and you're going to see exactly what's happening with everybody in your team. So what's brilliant, I suppose, here is Paul has had 127 tasks created for himself. 61 are in the green, but I suppose then you're taking a look, 39 are in the yellow, 27 in the yellow, 39 are in the red. What I would be able to do as Paul's manager would say, hey, Paul, what's happening with those 39 tasks? Are we going to get them done today or this week? And you've just got a good understanding as to where everybody is at. So who's doing what they're meant to be and who's not. So funny enough, what you'll see is top of the list there, we've got Paul McCarthy, and bottom we've got Adam. So
don't hold my one task completed against me. I am batting 1,000 just to set the record straight. So
exactly. You've knocked it, as you say, knocked it right out of the park. The only thing we've asked of you so far, you've been able to do it. So that's excellent. Fair play, Adam. And again, I suppose what you're going to be able to do similarly like this with you'll see the pin here. You're going to have a map. So what I'll be able to do at any given time, I'm going to tap on this pin here. It's going to say leak and ceiling. As I tap on it again, it takes me right back to the task that we've just created. So you're going to get a good log as to, if you've got quite sort of big acreage or quite a big sort of site, you're going to be able to see exactly which task is where, and you're going to be able to click on it to find out, well, what is happening with it. And this, I suppose, is just a little snapshot as to the analytics that you can get with Snapfix. As you see here, as you log into the Snapfix web, you get more complete dashboards, reports, and data analytics, which you'll be able to download as an Excel or PDF format, and you can share that or manipulate that data whatever way you see fit. What I suppose I wanted to, bring attention to as well is the other sort of use case that, as Adam mentioned earlier, is his favorite. And we've got our lost and found group. So that's the second from the top group there. And that one also comes with our fix module. As you click on the lost and found, what you can do with this is you've got a good log as to what has been, I suppose, discovered by maybe the housekeeping team or somebody across your property. So we'll take a look here at the red iPhone found in room 10. As I click on that, you'll see exactly what it is. So a new item has been found. Once I see that was logged earlier on today at 6:36, all I need to do then is find out, okay, well, who was the last person to stay in room 10? Once I go through the records and I find that out, I can mark it as the guest has been identified. And I can say something like, Paul will collect tomorrow. And I can update it there. And then when Paul comes in tomorrow to collect his iPhone, it moves to green. It has been returned to the guest. And again, as I go back out, it's no longer in the red section. It's in the login green with all the other beautiful items you'll see there: the teddy bear, laptop found in bar, another lost iPhone. The brilliance, I suppose, of this is you've got a great log as to what's been found, and typically people are going to be very appreciative if you're able to return their lost item. It gives you a great sort of the customers a great feeling about your business and about their stay with yourselves, and you can guarantee that they're going to be a return customer if they've had a great experience with you. The final thing I wanted to show you guys is a different module. So we're very much focusing today in our partnership, I suppose, with ResNexus is all about our reactive maintenance. But we do also have a similar module or a second module, which just helps you with planned preventative maintenance. So I just wanted to touch on that very briefly. It is a separate module and it comes, I suppose, within a separate sort of pricing. But what you're going to be able to do with Snapfix, it just shows you the different sort of functionality that we have. You're going to be able to set up tasks that are as equally important to the business, but maybe they're not happening for this week. They could be happening in a month, 2 months, 3 months, whatever it may be. You're going to be able to plan for the future. So what I want to just load up here is our simple planner. And it gives me a beautiful calendar. So I can look forward to the future at any given time. We'll say March 17th, St. Patrick's Day. We'll take a look at that one, a big one here in Dublin, in Ireland. And what I've got here is inspect the door locks and gates for operational use and pool pump and filter monthly check. So I've got two tasks today, or two tasks, I suppose, on March 17th, St. Patrick's Day. I reckon I'll be able to squeeze in a pint or two in the pub. So in between those tasks. So I guess we'll see. Maybe I'll do the task first so that I'm in the right frame of mind. But that's just a great way and a great log of focusing and being able to plan things in the future and preventing any issues that may arise if you didn't do so. That is pretty much everything that I wanted to take you through today. That is the demo. It is as simple and as quick as that. Just as quick as I've been able to show it to you, it's going to be as quick to adopt and to roll out to your teams. So I'm going to hand it back to Adam now here, and he's going to continue on with the presentation.
Awesome. David, thank you so much. Great. Let me pop my screen back up. Bear with me a moment here, everybody. Great. Well, yeah, David, thank you again for taking everybody through that. And of course, should anyone have specific questions about their property or want to learn more, both David and our sales team are ready and able to meet with you all and dig into any specifics there. But before, or I guess as the next step here, we're thrilled to introduce our guest speaker for today. Vicki Jones. She is our first mutually shared customer with ResNexus, and very excited to have her and appreciate you joining today, Vicki, to share a little bit about your experience using Snapfix and some of the features that have really helped you from a maintenance and operational standpoint at your property. So thank you for being here.
Yeah, no problem at all.
Awesome. So really just have a couple questions that we'd love to run through with you, just to get some of your feedback and, again, about Snapfix and your experience so far. So I guess as a first question, would love for you to share how Snapfix has helped you streamline your maintenance processes at Tractors and Cream. And then part two of that is just being a smaller campground. What specific features have been most beneficial for you and your team about Snapfix?
Yeah, so I guess for me, I've got quite a chaotic brain. And so when we were trying to work out what needed to be done on the property in general, so we have a glamping site, we have geodesic domes, there's always stuff to be done. And we were doing a combination of sending WhatsApp messages. We weren't even really sending photos of WhatsApp messages. We were just kind of listing things that needed to be done. One of my members of staff had a notes app, so she would write some notes, and then sometimes she would message them to me and sometimes she wouldn't. We'd write a whole load of different things on bits of paper, and it was all over the place. And so when I was introduced to Snapfix, I was like, oh my goodness, this can literally put everything in one place. And so yeah, that's what we've been doing for the last few months, and it's been revolutionized the way that we're working. Because yeah, I'm just not organized. I will write stuff down on bits of paper, and just to have it all in one place was great. And yeah, for us, I think like Lost and Found has been great, because I've had this pair of gold earrings sat with me for 6 months, I think. No, maybe since August last year. A guest left a pair of earrings. Now, if I didn't have the Lost and Found on Snapfix, I would have put these earrings somewhere, not had a clue who they belonged to, and then they would have never got reunited with the guest. But as I've got it all logged, she keeps saying, oh, I'm going to come and get them, I'm going to come and get them. But I now remember where they are and I remember who they belong to, whereas otherwise these gold earrings would be lost. So from a guest point of view, she knows that I've got them, and that's amazing. And then, yeah, the other thing is just to be able to have the staff know what's going on and us all be on the same page with it has been, yeah, revolutionary.
That's fantastic, Vicki. I mean, it sounds like you and I have a similar sentiment to Lost and Found. So
Yeah, definitely.
great. And so, I guess what would you say is one of the biggest challenge that you faced prior to using Snapfix, and how has Snapfix really helped you address or improve those challenges within your operations?
So yeah, we just kind of were really ad hoc with stuff. We would say, oh yeah, this needs doing, but never kind of give it a time frame or never assign it to a person. And so we just kind of go around chaotically going, oh yeah, this needs to be done, but then forgetting about it, or every time we went back into the room, go, oh yeah, we must do that. So it was just, yeah, there was just no organization around it. And I'm not the most organized of people. I rely on a lot of my staff who have this like great organizational quality about them, but obviously we weren't using anything to help us. Um, so yeah, and I think also from a staff point of view, like what was really useful was we all got together and learnt the app together. So we had a demo. So Arj, he did a whole demo for all the staff, not just for me, and that meant that it was a real team collaboration. So it wasn't like I was learning something and then telling the staff that this is what we're going to do, and I might teach you how to use it next week or whatever. It meant we all got together, we all had a demo, and the staff was so excited. They were like, yes, this is going to revolutionize our lives. This is going to make things so much easier. And it kind of gave them I don't know, a bit more like accountability, or a bit more authorization, I suppose, to like say, oh, this needs doing, Vicky, you need to sort this out. And so yeah, they've been super excited about it.
No, that's fantastic to hear. And I love that point, around your staff taking ownership of it and just everybody being on the same page. I think, that's a big part of what we look to do at Snapfix. So, yeah, very, very helpful feedback. And then my last question for you is there anything or, something that surprised you since you started using Snapfix?
Uh, yeah, just about how simple it is to get organized, and how why weren't we doing anything before? Like how come I hadn't thought of this before, or to look for a solution? I think you get so stuck in your daily, okay, this is what we have to do. We have to get the cleaning done, the guests arriving. You never really look for solutions. But when something is so simple like this is presented to you, like we use WhatsApp all the time, and for me, really surprised me how intuitive it was. It was so similar to using WhatsApp. Um, Taking a picture, uploading it, the traffic light system, it's just really, really, really easy to use. And yeah, and it meant that all the staff started using it straight away. So so yeah, I think just yeah, why had I not looked for this solution before, really?
No, that's great, Vicky. I mean, I think you're speaking our language as it relates to simplicity. Everything that we think about with the product, it's how simple can we keep it? Is this simple when we think about adding or removing things from the product? And it can be harder than you might think to keep things simple. And so it's
Yeah.
great to hear that feedback. And again, thank you so much for being here, Vicky, and for joining the presentation today.
No worries at all. And I'm happy to answer people's questions on a kind of like from using it from a smaller kind of campground, smaller property kind of aspect of it, if anyone's got questions.
No, that would be great, Vicky. Thank you again.
No worries.
And so I guess just to touch on pricing for a moment here. So I want to start with, we really aim to offer maximum value to our customers with pricing that is starting as low as $1 per day. And we do offer unit pricing. So it is tiered out based on, units of your property. So there is a custom element of how our pricing is structured. This is something that our team will talk through with you, for the specific specificities of your property. So would love to speak with you or have our sales team meet with you, go deeper into the demo. They can show you, features that you're particularly interested in learning about. And of course, any questions that you have related to the product or pricing structure for you specifically. The ways to go about doing this is you can scan the QR code right here. That's going to take you to the link that you'll see right below. It's a very simple kind of form. It has four, maybe five fields for your name and email address. That way our team can contact you, get time scheduled, for a more personalized product demo. And that way you can get time scheduled with them. So, we'd love to meet with you. Again, as far as from a pricing structure, we do offer custom pricing that is unique to our partnership with ResNexus. There is special pricing in place for the next 30 days. And so we're, super excited to meet with you all and explore opportunities to work together. So I guess to wrap up, would love to open things up for any and all questions that you have, and we'll be as helpful as we can be.
Perfect. Sounds great. Yeah, thanks again to the Snapfix team and for Vicky for coming on as a guest speaker. That was fantastic. And yeah, we can go ahead and take a few questions now at this time. So we don't have a lot of questions yet. I think it's probably just because you guys did such a stellar job with the presentation and the demo and everything. I mean, I really appreciated how you showed us step by step how you would manage all those different tasks and everything. I thought that was really very valuable. And you should get that crack fixed in your ceiling there, David. That needs some work. All
I
right.
second that, by the way.
You never know. All right. So our first question, and you may have already answered this, but it's good to reiterate. This question is, does this program work for maintenance work on multiple rental properties rather than one large hotel and things like that?
I'm happy
Yeah.
to take that if you
Oh,
like. Yes,
go ahead,
yes, of
Paul.
course, is the answer. You'll have the option to um, create additional groups. What David was showing you was a series of maybe six groups in the demo, but you can create as many groups as you want, and we would have companies managing hundreds of properties by using that means. If the property is particularly busy, or if you have multiple properties that are particularly busy, we'll help you configure it so that it's a lot more efficient.
Yeah, and absolutely. And then the beauty there too is that you can assign or invite specific people to those groups. So if you only want the people that are working at one particular property, they will be the only ones that have access to that group, and so on and so forth for any of the other properties that you have.
All right. And our next question is looks like someone's looking to go back into a little bit of the paper management a little bit. Is there a way to print a work ticket or task?
Yes, is the answer there again. When you're in a task on the top right-hand corner, there's a menu icon, and you can print from there. And you can also print multiple tasks at the same time. Perhaps you've got a contractor and you want to send him or her five or six or ten tasks. You can send them by PDF or Excel. You also have the option to send them a link, a web link to the task, so that they can see the task as it's updated over time as well. So we've implemented a couple of options there.
Fantastic. That sounds very helpful. All right, we've got another question, and once again, I'll just reiterate that ResNexus and Snapfix don't have a direct integration. Like I said, they're kind of complementary softwares, and so Snapfix you'll use it on your mobile device or tablet, as David showed, and there is no integration with the ResNexus software. We just consider them both to be very valuable tools. Let's see. Oh, looks like we've got some more questions coming in. Okay. Do the completed tasks in the green light, do they ever delete or archive? And is that manual or is that automatic?
Happy to take that question again. You've got some options. There's a setting in Snapfix where you can auto archive tasks after a chosen period of time of 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, whatever you choose. You can also archive them and unarchive them manually if you wish as well.
Good to know. All right, we've got a couple of questions coming in now. People are excited. That's good. Can you create personal tasks that are not visible to the other staff? So something maybe just for your own benefit as a reminder to yourself.
Yes, we find that a lot of users use Snapfix very effectively for their own to-do lists, or for different tasks that are private to them. Each group it has an admin or a number of admins and a number of users, and you can choose to be the only user in a particular group. And all of the data in Snapfix is private and secure to you, and it's fully encrypted so that nobody, not even the staff in Snapfix, can see it.
All right, great. We're getting through these questions. This is awesome. All right, next one is for the analytics and the reporting. Is there anything in there that lets you know approximately how long a task might have taken?
Yes, of course. Everything in Snapfix carries a date and timestamp. So when it's created, it gets a date and timestamp. When it goes to yellow, when people are messaging in it, and of course, when it goes to green, everything has a full audit trail. And there we have a series of reports, and one of them would be the time report, which can list the duration of all of your tasks. I did see an earlier question about can you add multiple tags to a task? And yes, so very often you would do a search on all my electrical tasks for the last 2 months and then run a report or dashboard based on that. So tags are very, very powerful used in conjunction with reporting and dashboards.
Yeah, and one thing I'd piggyback on there is as far as like the time on how long it took to complete a task. If we think back to the demo when David snapped a picture of that, leak in his ceiling, that has a timestamp in there when it's dropped into the kind of chat feature. And then as I'm, fixing the issue, you can see how long it took for me to actually begin working on that issue. And then the time that I snapped the picture of when it was resolved and completed that has the timestamp there. So as Paul mentioned, you can run reports that are going to show specifically when the task was created with that timestamp to when was taken and began to be worked on to when it was ultimately completed.
All right, great. Thank you for catching that question. I appreciate that. I did miss that one, so thank you. Our next one is a bit specific. Let's see. Richard asks, can a maintenance supervisor reassign a task to the electrician or maintenance sub?
Yes, again, is the answer to that. We offer an unlimited user license. You can have as many users as you want, and they can be contractors or whomever else. And it's as simple as just tagging the contractor to the task, and they will instantly see it. If you want them to no longer see it, you just untag them. So it's super, super simple.
Great. Yeah, I can see this definitely being a very universal tool. In terms of staff, would you recommend that every staff member would they be downloading this app on their phone or tablet or either?
It's all down to personal choice. Snapfix is available on Apple phones, Android phones. It's available on the web, and it's available on tablets as well. So it's entirely a personal choice. Some facilities, everybody would have their own phone. Some other facilities, people would share a device. So it's totally flexible.
All right, just a couple more questions. So if anyone else hasn't asked their questions yet, now is the time as we get towards the end of these. All right, looks like our last one for now is does Snapfix allow for time tracking for each specific work order and areas to upload materials purchased to complete the task? Hopefully that made sense.
Yes, yes, you can add time and cost to a task as well. When David was showing the demo, there was an icon, yeah, plus icon at the bottom left-hand corner, and that's where you can add different time and cost items, and of course then see that in a reporting function as well. Gavin, I would like to address the integration to ResNexus question as well. We don't have a direct integration, but we do have a lot of customers who have Snapfix side by side with their PMS, and the team on the floor can communicate very, very effectively with the team at reception, keeping the PMS in sync with Snapfix for room if a room is vacant, if it's occupied, if it's do not disturb. Any of those statuses can be very, very easily handled by the perhaps the reception person just updating Snapfix directly from the PMS to keep them in sync.
No, that's a great point. Thank you for bringing that up. All right, it looks like we have come to the end of our questions for this presentation. And then just once again, for anyone who wants to get started with Snapfix, we would encourage you to go ahead and check out that link that was provided, um, and or follow that QR code, and you will be able to get in contact with them and get started. So that'll be great. And then as well, just some final last minute housekeeping. This webinar recording will be available online within the week, and I'll be sending out a reminder email to everyone who registered, so you'll be able to catch it even if you were only able to attend for part of it. All right, any final notes from anyone from Snapfix or Vicky?
What I
Awesome.
would just, I suppose I'd just like to focus on, obviously there was a lot of brilliant questions that did come in there, and Paul was brilliant, and Adam, in terms of taking it through and answering them. But if anybody did have any specific questions or wanted an actual visual that went along with the answers that were provided, I'm more than happy to jump on a one-on-one call and show you the app again to answer your questions alongside the demo of the app, so I can show you exactly how and where you can find the answers to everything that you guys have asked.
All right, fantastic. Then with that, I think I'm just going to go ahead and say thank you to Snapfix. Thank you to Vicky from Tractors and Cream for coming on as a guest speaker. And thank you as well to everyone who took the time out of your day to learn more about this great product.
Fantastic. Thank
Fantastic.
you very much, and thanks a million, Vicky, for telling us your story.
Pleasure.
Likewise.
Yeah, I'm really enjoying using it, and although we've only used it over the winter when we're closed, it's actually been hugely valuable. So I can't wait to start using it when we're actually open, and yeah, really getting stuck into it.
Awesome.
Fantastic.
Well,
All
thank you,
right.
everybody, and thank you, everybody, for joining today. Really excited to be here and excited about the opportunity to work with you all. So thank you all.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank
All right.
you.
Have a great
Bye-bye.
rest of your day,
Thanks,
everybody.
guys.
Bye.
Bye bye.